him for 25 years of service. And people don't even do that. I don't want to say anything, I don't want to come to the meeting. I had 350 to 400 comments and reactions, just me. That's probably how many votes you guys got each. I don't know what the votes are, but I would bet it probably was more than that. That's just on one thing, but why can't we get an answer? Why can't there be some clarity or some reasoning, or you know, why haven't we been told why? I don't know, I've never spoken at a meeting like this, but this time I had to. I had a couple places I could have been tonight, I'm not gonna get into that, which, I didn't wanna have to come here and it's unbelievable that we can't get an answer. And are we gonna get an answer of why he was terminated? That's what I wanna know. Whose decision was it? Why wasn't anybody talked to? If we voted you in, why wasn't the public aware of any of this stuff? I mean, and the reasons that he was terminated, if whatever the reasons are, because I don't know, were those reasons that he was terminated bad enough to let a guy is dead? Where are you gonna find a guy like me? You're not. You're not gonna find another guy like that. So you know why? Because there isn't one. So, you guys need to relook at what's going on this time, guys, you know.
Your Prime Minister, Mr. Shane.
All right, thank you.
You bet. Nate Baker?
All right, I'm gonna speak on two different parts, so I'll start with, addressing Dean himself. Probably been on, at least with our group, the longest with him. Grew up with Dean, probably about 15, and, when I met him, started doing stuff. When I first got on, I will say that our department was, very arrogant, and we thought we were better than a lot of departments, and we stepped on a lot of toes, and we started getting a reputation like that. After we've had several members come and go, and after certain members were off, Dean made it a point to start building bridges and mending fences. We have amazing working relationships with Hillsville City, Litchfield City. We're real close with them, and our relationships have been repaired very, very well with the surrounding departments. Dean has always been there. If him and I think we've maybe had 2 times in our career where we've gone head to head, but he's always been, let's go sit down and talk about it. What do you gotta say? He's always been receptive to what I've had to say. It's always been a candid conversation. I've been able to say what I needed to say, and he could say what he needed to say. We worked it out, and we figured it out, and we moved on. He's always been a mentor. He's always been there for new recruits, guys that are getting on, trying to instill in them the standards that he has, not only for himself, but our department, of working with people and being the best that we can do. I know when we get on scene, like if we get on a mutual aid, you can see the relief that, all right, Jonesville's here. They know if they need help with command, he'll step right in, give his opinions, or they will tell him, take your guys and go do this, and we'll go do it. They have that confidence in him. You're never gonna get that again, ever. Ricky Riggs is a close second. He's put almost as much time and dedication into this department, if not more, recently in the last 10 days, than I think anybody has in any department. And it's because of him. It's the only reason that most of us are still here is because of him. When we found out he was terminated, we went and talked, and as much as he wanted us to retaliate and voice our opinions, the community is more important. He said, I don't want the community to be unprotected. You guys have to stay. I'll deal with what I gotta deal with. I can take it on the chin. He's a strong guy. But we're there for him. And Lisa, okay? Dean is my brother. He's not a friend. He's family. He has been a long time. And he knows I'll have his back no matter what. Something happens, I'll be there, grab a hat. He's an amazing person. Plain and simple. It's an honor to have served with you. Hopefully again. Okay? So, that was a firefighter site. Maybe some of you guys know or don't know, I'm also on township board. So I'm now speaking on the township behalf. Questions we had at our last meeting on Monday. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but the township, us and Scipio, I can't speak for Scipio, but we, you guys provide a service to us, we pay for that question is, what's the plan? I mean, you look around, these guys right here, I'll take these 8 guys over any other department, but we're still only 8 guys. Whether you wanna hear it or not, it's gonna affect coverage. It's putting the public at risk. So the township's gotta ask, what's the plan? I've heard, well, we got mutual aid agreements. Well, that's honestly not fair for the other departments. If they have to come to every single one of our calls, that's not fair either. So the township's asking what's gonna happen, because we feel if we're gonna have mutual aid agreements, and we're gonna have other departments coming to our calls, because we all have 95 jobs. The question is, do we then turn around and talk to those departments about being our coverage area? Do we take our money, so I think we're right around 35-6% the Fed is of Jonesville's budget, and do we start talking to other departments that are gonna be on a more regular basis? Cause that's, from our aspect, it's not fair to rely on other departments if we're paying Jonesville to rely on other departments, to cover our area. Just something for you guys to think about. I mean, that was just a discussion that was talked about at our last meeting, like I said, on Monday. Not sure if everybody's aware of that type of situation, but we are concerned about our citizens, our township members being covered and being safe. Not only that, we're concerned about these guys being safe, having proper equipment, proper time. 8-10 guys running an apartment, even a volunteer bed, they're gonna burn out. I can tell you right now, Ricky Riggs is he's burning out. He needs like a week's vacation from all of this. So, I just wanted to bring that up, obviously nothing official, just talks, and something we're gonna probably have to sit down with Jeff, and we'll have to go over some budget stuff and talk a little more in depth with that. But I don't want you guys getting blindsided if you hear where I'll maybe shopping around to maybe possibly look at other departments cover our area. Okay? Thanks, guys, appreciate it.